Hi, I'm Mike Massimino, and this is Inside the International Space Station. There's no red line on it this time.
First of all, it started with some good equipment. Of course, the Aurora's, my favorite, 5 miles a
The
second.
differences between day and night. Okay. Hi, I'm Mike Massimino, and this is Inside the International Space Station. Today we're going to go into the Mission Control Center and we're going to talk to Mike Fossum. He's been in space for almost 6 months and he's coming home soon, and we're going to talk to him about some of the great images, some of the great photography he's taken while he's been in space. Come on, let's go say hello to Mike. Not even doing anything, or you're not getting any of this.
Yeah, I'm recording.
This is some of Emily's
It's all
best
electrons.
stuff.
Electrons, man.
See right
There's
there?
no more film.
There, Mike. See,
Oh,
there's your
electrons.
red light.
Oh, there's a red light. Turn it away. I don't want to see myself. No pictures. No, it makes me look at the
we don't
thing.
need to see that.
All right, is Mike ready for this?
I think so.
What happened to Dylan? He disappeared again?
Can I see her?
He's on the phone. Dylan's ordering a pizza.
It was really cool over in the IMAX theater over Space Center Houston.
If you were traveling that fast, how fast is it though? That's
Well, we really appreciate you spending some time with us. We know you're coming to the end of your stay up there, and you know, very little time, and you're real busy. But we just wanted to ask you a couple questions. You know, one thing that's been going on down here is we've really been enjoying this great photography, these images you've been sending down, and it almost looks like it's science fiction or some kind of Hollywood stuff. But there's no way anyone could imagine this, of how beautiful it is. And so we're wondering, how did you do this? Well, how do you get those great shots that you've been getting up?
Well, first of all, it started with some good equipment that we have, and particularly the low light stuff. It's the D3 camera has some really amazing low light capabilities, and then it was good training. The training team at JSC, I told them I was interested in this kind of stuff, and so we worked on it some. I started with the training and the procedures up here, and then I started practicing, and that's one of the great things about a long duration mission. On a shuttle mission, you're good if you can point a camera to the window and take a few snapshots. But up here, you have the time, and we have weekends and some off-duty time to practice these things, and that's what I did. I spent a lot of time, in the cupola during the night passes, trying to figure out how to get the right lighting and timing.
Yeah, because the nighttime imagery is so amazing, because it's so hard to get. Up until now, recently that you've been able to do it like this, you see all these beautiful scenes during the day that we can get because there's plenty of light, and you can see it with your eye. At nighttime, it's like this magical place in space.
Of course, the Aurora's, my favorite, because it's just an unbelievable phenomenon, and I've seen it once from the ground. I saw it once many years ago on a Boy Scout trip into the wilderness of Canada, and I've always just dreamed about seeing it. I saw it on that trip, and then have never seen it since, except for the little smudge on my shuttle flights. And so to see that is just amazing. But it's also really great to see the planet lit up, particularly by moonlight. If you have more than about a half moon, you get enough illumination to really pick up a lot of things. In places like Africa and the interior of Australia, that are so washed out by the sunlight. The sunlight's so intense, it really washes it out. When you light those up with a nearly full moon, it really enriches the colors and the details that you can see that you just don't notice in the broad daylight. But you get that soft moon illumination. It really brings out the colors and details. It's great.
We've really enjoyed them, Mike, and we're going to be incorporating some of those images when we release this little segment here to the public. So it's just been great. You've been kind of taking us along for the journey. Going into space is a really cool experience. You've been able to share it with millions of people down here with all your techniques and photography that you've been doing. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about the Auroras, because, like you said, you saw them on Earth. Up in Canada, that's what I always thought it's a northern kind of thing, northern lights, whatever. But you've been seeing them all over the planet. What's the story with that? Is something different going on right now?
Well, the sun's activity is picking up, and that's what really allows us to see them like this. And that it's the charged particles that are streaming from the sun when it goes into an active sunspot time, and there's a huge area of physics associated with this. It's just fascinating science with the sun's cycle. It's roughly an average of 11 years when you go through this period of high activity, and it's ramping up right now.
A great job with the photography and the video and describing it, and I can just tell talking to you, that you're really having a great time up there, and it's been a very special time in your life to be up there and living up there for the amount of time you've been there, and it's almost time for you to come home. So I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about what you're feeling right now with this wonderful experience you've had, but at the same time you're going to come home and see the family and your friends here in I guess a few days really. I just want to know how you're feeling about that.
The mission has met every expectation I could have. To be here for the final shuttle mission was a very bittersweet experience. It was very emotional for everybody involved. It truly was. But I'm happy to have been part of it and help make that a successful mission. The time has flown by. I can't believe I've been up here over 5 months already. That's doesn't seem possible because it's really gone fast. That's because we're busy, and we're supposed to be busy. And we've had the chance to do a lot of things. I enjoy sharing the photography. That, of course, isn't why I'm here. We're here to run the space station and operate it as an orbiting laboratory, and that's been a lot of fun, very enjoyable, and very rewarding to do that too.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did. It was, of course, I was here and getting a chance to actually speak to Mike, but getting to hear his stories and having a chance to see the imagery he's taken, the pictures he's taken, and getting to hear his personal feelings about being in space and sharing those pictures with us, that was quite a treat. So, Emily, I'm very glad you let us in. Thank you very much
Anytime.
for letting us come in here, and thank you for watching Inside the ISS.